Hello and welcome to Tarot with Anne-Marie, the channel where we look at how to read tarot cards and help you along your journey. We have got the Three of Cups here tonight and how to combine that. I've chosen the Chariot for you. Have a look at this. The Three of Cups, we did a whole tutorial the other night on how that card actually works, and it's a card of celebration, of gathering, of socializing. That's what that one's all about. Now, the Chariot, what does the Chariot and the Three of Cups combined mean? The Chariot is a card of the home, isn't it? It's about our domestic life. So it's about our home, it's about our family. And combined, we've been told here that we are celebrating something that's linked with home and linked with our family. Can you see why combining cards can actually give you a clear answer as to what it is you're trying to actually get from your cards, get the meaning out of them? The Chariot's linked to a lot of things, but it's the home, it's our domestic life, it's Cancerians, which is the time that we're in at the moment. Happy birthday, Cancerians. And it's about our domestic life. It's to do with houses, people that live in that particular dwelling with you. And all of that is very much how this actually comes together by combining the fact that there's a celebration and some socializing going on. You would know that you weren't going to be socializing with maybe a Cancerian or at Cancerian times. Now, can you see by fusing those together how that actually helps you? The home and the family coming together for a celebration. Well, that might be a family reunion. It might be we're having a party to celebrate how long we've actually lived here, or we've just moved in, or we've just updated the actual aesthetics of the place. Maybe you've had something where you've got a bigger kitchen or a bigger dining area in order to be able to entertain and have fun. But also it's telling you who's going to be there, the family, and where it's going to be people that you would refer to, where you feel that you can be that safe version of yourself amongst those that love and care about you. Another card to actually combine would be, if we look at this, okay, we've got the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is a card of the future. We've got celebrating and socializing there, but it's a future event. So we're looking now at how we can combine them and say, okay, we've got a future event coming up. It's time for celebration. It's a time for gathering, and it's a time to have fun. But there may be people. The High Priestess is also, it's a card of intuition, of course, but it's also to do with the fact that we may not know everything about this. So there may be some secret involved here. So maybe this is a surprise, a celebration, organizing something for an event and keeping it quiet. Not everybody likes surprises, of course, but that's what this could imply. Celebrating and socializing coming up as in a future event or something that's going to be revealed to you. So the person that's having a reading, and that might be you, or you might be reading for someone else, in which case, what would you actually say to them? And you say, this is telling you that there's something coming along. You need to be ready for this. This is gathering, the celebration, maybe a bit of surprise. It may clearly tell you that they know all about it, and that it's the surprise or the secret of someone in their family or somebody that they care about, of course. Can you see if you actually bring it together? And I thought I'd just put some words on screen to be able to help you along tonight in case it can get confusing as, oh gosh, I don't know what she's doing. Just look at the keyword for one card alone and then look at the keyword for your Major Arcana. Now we're studying the Three of Cups, aren't we? So by studying the Three of Cups, we're in a position to be able to say it's all about gatherings, it's all about socialization, it's all about celebrating amongst people that we feel have been part of that, or something that is connected to what the celebration is actually about. All right, the Empress. Simple. A beautiful woman that represents Mother Earth, Mother. Maybe some mother is having a celebration. Now, that, of course, could be obvious pregnancy, but you've got to be very careful how you actually talk about that in your readings, because people will hang on every word. And if I were you, I wouldn't go there. There's a lot of fertility around you and some happy times to come. This could be mum celebrating, or there is somebody celebrating motherhood. Maybe it's even the oldest mother in the actual family, which would be, of course, grandmother. Maybe the maternal, maybe the paternal grandmother. This could be mother is actually really happy. She feels now that her family is complete and there's a celebration. It might be her birthday, maybe some sort of success where she's got a venture, where she's nurturing herself. She's doing something for her. So this is again about celebrating, and we've been told who, and it's the Empress. Look at the word mum. Look at something beautiful, because the Empress, of course, connects to Venus, and Venus is all about beauty, abundant, being grateful, being happy. Sometimes I was in the Three of Cups, as I did the other night, and we went through the tutorial, talked about Three of Cups is about celebrating the gathering of the harvest, that they have had an abundance and they have gathered everything for that winter and that they are not going to be hungry in any way. The Empress is also there in nature. You've got the wheat there, we've got all the nature around that actually could be a harvest. So again, combined, it could be, it's been a great time. We've harvested, the grapes have done really well this year, and we've got great things happening with those grapes or those olives or the wheat or the corn. And it's something to celebrate because it's been an abundance. And that, of course, means that they are safe through the winter months. And it's time for them to enjoy the hard work that everyone's contributed to. Look at things in its simplest form and bring it together. See how it works. Maybe what's happening now. So now is a time of gathering, harvesting. Things are paying off. It's time to celebrate. It's all worked out really well. And there's an abundance. And everyone is of value, because Venus, of course, is linked to people being valuable. The Empress and Three of Cups. Great gatherings and celebrations. Wonderful things are happening. All right. So let's have a look at some keywords, and then I'll show you another combination. So some keywords were there for a reminder of what we did on the Three of Cups. Only some of them, of course. But that's really the way to go when you're actually combining. The tutorials are there for you to feel that you've got all that knowledge and all that information, and that you can use that because you really know that card. And you have got so many things that it could be. And I know the difficulty of saying which one is it. By using another card, it might make more sense to you. A bit like this. Again, let's put up there the Three of Cups, celebration, socializing. Let's choose that keyword or two just to help us. And what's the Magician about? The Magician is about achieving goals. So if this came up as a pair, it's time to celebrate, because you have got everything working in your favor for achieving those goals. You will be celebrating if you're not already. You are socializing with the people that's been part of your journey. Can you see how this is coming together? Any goals that you want to achieve, you are in the process of being able to say you're on the right track, because it will be a time to celebrate. So it's, will I do it? Yes. So let's say somebody says, oh, I want to lose a few pounds. You pull this out, yeah, you'll achieve your goals. You will be celebrating, you will be socializing, working with that and that alone. The Hierophant, the one that everyone goes, oh gosh, I want to take it out of the deck because I really don't know what to say. Actually, it's quite easy. It's where we have to go by this official and contracts. So how could that tie in? Easy. If you're celebrating something and you're happy and you're joyful, you might be getting a new contract at work. If it's something official and it's in relationships, this might be a contract, a verbal contract, or an engagement, or we're going to go and get a contract and get married, or we're going to actually go for a property together, going to move in together, because we're celebrating the fact that we like each other and want to be with each other. Can you see that if you blend and combine them together, works using the method that I use by saying to you, I am not referring to getting all your cards and shuffling 78 cards together. I'm referring to, see the theme, separating your deck into 22 Major Arcana and the other half of the deck remaining 56 Minor Arcana. Once you've actually separated them, you are going to get, as you shuffle, a random card from the major, and you are going to get another one from the minor. What I do is, that's how I lay out a spread. And for every position, I place 2 cards, one from the major, one from the minor, so that it's marrying together and giving me that information. If somebody was saying, I've gone for an interview, what do you think is going to happen? And these 2 come out, as I said, it's, oh, you are going to be celebrating because I've got the 3 of Cups. And the Hierophant, if you just think of that as contracts, official contracts are red tape. Am I going to get my passport? Yeah. Official matters and giving you the celebration. Something where you need officially to be able to celebrate the passing of exams, the passing of a driving test, the entry point into the school or the college or the university that you so want to get into. Sometimes we need official people that recognize that we need authority and we need some sort of structure in order to be able to say that we can't all just get on a plane when we want to. We've got to have the correct official documents in order to be able to board that plane, such as visas, such as passports, such as we booked a ticket and where you're going to sit. It's organisation. It's organisation by others that tell us where to sit and stand. And years ago, that used to be reflected by the church. The 3 of Cups having the celebration, people always go, oh, it's a birth, it's a child. It's not. It's any form of celebrating. We actually go, there's a pat on the back because you and a team of others. And you might say, oh, I did all that study. What about your teacher? What about your lectures? What about the actual curriculum that you followed? Maybe it was some sort of online course. Maybe it was a PDF, books and books. Maybe it was a whole thing at university, the whole of the course, the years that you spent there. Maybe it was the school itself. It's a combination of everybody. And when we actually graduate, officially celebrating that you've graduated, anything. I want to get a mortgage. Yes, this is the kind of thing you're looking for. Think of the Hierophant as the powers that be that will actually give you the visa, that will sort the red tape out, that you've got to work with them and provide them with certain things that they're asking for in order to be able to get to that celebration. No one said it was easy. It's not easy, is it? Not at all. Getting it all sorted out, filling out forms, getting the photo, mustn't be smiling, you've got glasses in the wrong place, or your hair's in the way, or your hat, and they won't accept it. It's that kind of red tape that makes us go, oh, gosh. But you know what? It's for our protection in some way. Because what if we all decided we were going to board the bus or the train and it was overloaded and too full? Wouldn't work. We've got to have some sort of system, structure, and it's got to be organised, and we've got to know what to do. If you are looking at being able to do a spread, I'll just show an example of what my spread looks like. Okay, so here we've got the advanced spread that I use every single day that I read. And this is how many cards I put out. So even for somebody that's ringing up for half an hour, or maybe a very quick reading in their lunch break or their tea break, and they say, I need to know something. Out comes all of these cards. Why? because anything they're going to ask me once they're on the table, I've got the answers there. And that's exactly what my signature course part 2 would lead to. Part 1 is less cards, using exactly this, but not giving you 44 cards at once. And there's no point trying to do part 2 because you need part 1 first to settle down with that one. So just in case anybody is actually curious, that's what it's all about. And what are we looking at in this pair? Strength and the 3 of Cups. Keeping it simple. Let's say that somebody's saying, I really want to do X. And X is, I don't know, a hobby of theirs. It's quite good, actually, that I said that, because the Strength card is a card that just relates to our hobbies, our inner child and our play and what we enjoy. So let's go with that one. And they say, you know something, I really want to read tarot. I love it. It's been a hobby of mine for a long time. Do you actually think that I am going to be good enough to be able to do some readings for people and go to maybe some events, psychic fairs, mind, body and spirit, and go into that community and offer something of value? I'd really like to do that. Let's say they've asked like that. And you would look at this pair and say, yes, it's going to require you to be brave and have the courage to. Strength card is all about entertaining people. Why? Because it's linked to Leo. And Leos are brilliant at going on the stage and entertaining us all and giving us the most wonderful opportunity to be in the audience and be entertained by what it is they are doing. Now, that audience, of course, if you're reading for a client, is them, that one particular person. So it's really saying here that the hobby of yours, yes, it will make you very happy. That's what this one's about. And it's saying that, you know what, you will, because you love it so much, you will find the strength. So it's feeding backwards and forwards here. Is my hobby going to make me happy? Yes. Is my hobby going to actually allow me to enjoy the success that I want? Yes, it will. Am I brave enough to do it? Yes. Why? Because it's something that you actually really enjoy. Everything changes, doesn't it, when we get to a stage, a place where we are enjoying ourselves. It's like anything. We'll enjoy it. We'll be good at it, probably. If we enjoy it, we don't mind putting the work in to actually grow. Again, maybe somebody was saying, you know what, a hobby of mine, I was wondering if I could make it into a business. And it's saying, yes, you can. You probably need to actually bring in a couple of people. It doesn't mean you need to employ them, but you will be working in harmony with others. How do we know that? Collaboration, celebration, coming from the 3 of Cups. This one, the Hermit. The Hermit is linked, of course, to Virgo. Virgo is the 6th house, and it's to do with our daily routine, and it's very much to do with work. If the Hermit came up and got the 3 of Cups and they were staying silent and not giving us anything in a reading, you could actually say, okay, work's actually looking as if you're really happy there. I feel that you probably work on your own most of the time because of the Hermit, but when you collaborate with others, you're really enjoying the celebration and the company and the camaraderie that goes on with that small group of people. They're creative, they're helping you. You might say, I'll work on my own, like I did. But in actual fact, I've got a team that they do things for me, but we're not in the office together all the time because they are far away. And, well, but it's online and you're doing things and you have people do parts of something for you, you work together. This would be your work, and the people that you are working with make you very happy. They're enjoying to be around. Most of the time, you're probably collaborating because you're all doing your own individual duties. It's exactly what I'm saying a lot of people do. You might find that there's somebody running, I don't know, bakery, and they reach to a designer and web developer, and the web developer creates their web page and the designer creates their logo, and then they turn around and they collaborate together and they say, you need to do this and this. And that person has to go off and put it all together because the designer and the web developer can only do so much without actually being given that guidance and also cups. They point today. All right, you need to know more by having a look at my actual courses. If you are somebody that wants to watch some of the previous lessons that we've done here on Tuesdays, which is combining tarot, then do take yourself over to my Tuesday podcast, which I call Tuesday Tarot Twist. And there you go. That is the playlist. And so you can have a look at that and choose any one you want to in the combination. They're all there for you on my YouTube channel, of course, Tarot with Anne-Marie. And if you subscribe, you'll be notified when we are next going live. So we've got on the screen for you now, we're using the card, the Three of Cups all the way through and just changing the Major Arcana. And that's how I read. And I want to give you examples of how the Three of Cups changes so vividly by combining it. Remember I said don't put two minors together, don't put two majors together. It's not going to help you. You're not going to be able to feed it that well. But the Major Arcana is telling you what's happening, and the Minor Arcana is telling you the background effects involved, such as the thought, the emotions, the actions, or the productivity on what's materializing. If we've got the Three of Cups, we've said the card of celebrating and socializing. But what about the world? Sometimes the nicer the card, the harder it is to read it. And it might go, why? And people are happy with that and go, yeah, that's great. Sometimes you're going to find that people will come to you because there's a problem. What if this was work or career? So if it's work or career, it's okay. This person is going to complete something in their career and it's going to be a celebration for them. Now, if they're looking at promotion, it's, yeah, you're going to do it. You're going to be successful, or you have. It depends where it is. Let's look at it in the now, and let's look as if you're on your way to completing this. This is all really good. You're going to have something to celebrate, socialize. A bit like turning around and saying, I want to be a driving instructor, and am I going to pass my advanced driving test in order to be able to go through to the next round? Usually the world card is about completing something and being in a situation of being able to move on to the very next thing. But okay, I've got that exam and now it's on to the next one. I completed my medical qualifications. Now I'm specializing in X. What if this was work or career passionate, Saji? A completion of something, but moving on to the next thing. And the world card, of course, look at how you've got those four fixed signs there, as in referring to the astrological strengths and, of course, the elements that they represent. So this person has the correct intelligence, that's the mental capacity coming from air. Emotionally, they're in the right space to actually be positive about what they're doing. And therefore, it makes it a lot easier. They're enjoying it. And of course, Three of Cups tells us they're enjoying the journey. And it also shows the application coming from the fire family there, where we've got the lion representing them, saying that they will take the action. One is our action, it's fire, they get on with it, they get up and do it. And then that leads to a product, doesn't it? Something manifesting, which is tangible. Taurus, that's actually brilliant because that's in the card. If you look at your clues in your world card, it's telling you everything's actually there on the table. But also, we met this in the Wheel of Fortune, and those four characters were actually not coloured in like this because they weren't completed. I always look at it as in you've got a colouring book as a child and you go filling it in and you go and finish the book. Now I've coloured it all in. Think of it like that's the difference between the two. And the wreath again for victory. So it's the completion, the passing. Quite often we see somebody's won the race, somebody's actually the Ironman and run a marathon, they've completed it, and now straight away they're going into the next thing. If it was work, it would mean they've completed something, but I would definitely say with the world card, they're on to the next thing. They're on to the next path. They may have retired and they go, oh, now I'm going to run my own business. Now I can do all the things I want and sell what I produce in my garden in a little farmer's market. I don't need the money, but it's what my love is, that I want to grow all these things and know that I'm good at it. And of course, I want some value from it, feeling that I can't actually eat all this myself. So it makes perfect sense then to be productive and produce it for others. If it's career, remember, work and career are different. I like to just mention the difference. It's I am going to be a tarot consultant, a tarot reader, or a tarot teacher, which is what I'm doing. And I am going to apply to X company instead of Y company, or A or B, or I'm going to apply to them all. So I'm going to change who I'm working for. If it's career, the career, of course, is, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm off to run a farm, and I'm not doing that anymore. I've completely changed what I was doing. It's a career change for me. So the career is the change. The completion of a career, they would have something lined up. If it's work, it would show that probably elevating themselves into the next round, celebrating the fact that they've done it. If you do want to do the courses, I'll just bring the website up. There it is, just above me, home, and on the second one along, the courses, and that's where you'll find them. And the technique that I use is part 1, which is this one, signature course. No point doing part 2 and thinking, I'll be able to keep up. You'd need to start with intermediate. But if you are feeling that you really want to dig deep, then of course you can always go back and do the Major Arcana cards or the Minor Arcana. I've done them all separately for you so that you're in a position to be able to say, okay, I want to just do the court cards, or I want to refresh myself or learn for the very first time about the pentacles, whatever it is. I've separated them so you're not overwhelmed, and you can actually enjoy that suit and really get to grips. There's a lot of depth on there. 30 years experience, and I'm in the process of revamping them for you right now. Okay. We've got this one on the screen at the moment, Temperance. And we've got the celebration and the socializing going on with the 3 of Cups. But this actually could be to do with culture, travels, holidays. I brought this one on simply because I think it's a big time of holidays for most people, isn't it? It's when they take a break, depending whether you're in the Northern Hemisphere or the Southern Hemisphere, Jules, and passionate subject. So Temperance is a card of higher learning, of tempering something you've already got, and the combined of that to actually bring a success of a celebration in some way that would probably have you socializing with the people that were part of that journey with you. I thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.